Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to this unique and different video. My name is Dan C. Bearded. This is my best buddy, the mayor.
What's up, guys? Glad to be here today.
And he goes by his government name of Steve, if you were curious. And if anybody does not know, we are live every Wednesday from 9 p.m. Eastern to about 10:30, sometimes closer to 11 for Beard Advice Live. And then just real quick, what's that show all about?
That is just like it sounds. People have problems with their beard and they don't have anywhere to go until now. So they send their messages in beardadvicelive@gmail.com, a couple photos if they need to, thoughts, and Dan and I will on the air live along with our third man in the chat give advice.
Yeah, and we've been doing this for over a year now without ever missing an episode, but this video is not about that. I just wanted to throw that out there. This is a video that is going to be what we think is a list of items that bearded men might find useful, whether you are going to get this item for yourself or you use this video as a tool to give to a family member that maybe isn't so good at buying gifts for you, and this gives them some real guidance. And it's actually kind of the birth child of the mayor. So mayor, what was kind of the thought process? What do we have in store for everybody today?
Well, the thing is about a beard, if you don't have one, if you don't actively groom it, you got no idea what it takes. And so for our loved ones who want nothing more than to make us smile, make us happy, recognize, hey, you're a guy, you got a beard.
You care about it.
Yeah, sometimes those gifts, they miss a little bit. We love them, but you know, wear your beard. You ever get the beard ornaments or things like that? They're super nice, hey, but they might not be something super useful.
And I think I got 3 last year gifts of them. And so, yeah, it can be hard to shop for. So we think we have some practical. A lot of these things are going to be available on Amazon or at the dollar store, and it's something outside the box. It's not the top beard products of the year or anything like that. Got a video for that. Just something a little bit different here, okay? So we're going to break it down kind of item by item. We'll be right back to show you guys the first item, and at any point, please comment down below any thoughts or questions that you guys have.
We've all been there. Part of the process of growing a beard is having messes, more messes around the sink, around, well, wherever you're doing your trimming. For me, particularly the mustache, I am frequently trimming, and it produces very tiny little trimmings, and they get into the sink and the crevices and things like that. That was a big problem, and I talked about it a lot with my wife about how to get those up and how to get them off there and whether you use a wet. There's no good way.
Right.
What the best thing that I have found is this little vacuum cleaner. Now what it is it's actually like for a keyboard or a desktop vacuum for crumbs and whatever you would have, but it has just 2 AA batteries, and you just kind of scoop it around. It's got little brushes on the bottom, and you kind of pay attention to where those are, and it will pick up those little hairs. It's not perfect, but it sure does save a lot of time and energy if you wanted to be a neat sink and maybe keep that beard. The little desktop vacuum is just something I found on Amazon, and it's unbranded, or there's a bunch of them with different names on it, and it has really made a difference at getting the hard to reach spots and picking it up. Just make sure that you empty it out because it does fill up quite quickly. And just know that it's not intended for things around water. So if it's super wet, you wouldn't want to use it. But it has been a big difference maker. And things like this can help to give you a better chance of keeping the beard, because if you're hearing about the mess, it's just another thing that gets into your ear. Yeah. And I highly recommend giving it a shot if that's an issue for you.
Top 2 complaints of the beard from Sam, which she does not really have anything outside of this. 1 is she doesn't like my mustache super long because of kissing, and 2, she doesn't like a mess around the sink. Well, if I try to address number 1, it requires me trimming my mustache, which leaves a mess around the sink, so that leads to problem number 2, and you're right. Especially if there's it gets around the sink grout and all that stuff. It's just Absolutely. A mess. This thing has some power to it. I love the little bristles on the bottom that can aid in grabbing those things. Absolutely something that was not designed for this, but will work for it entirely. So cool. And with anything today, guys, we will link it down in the description if you guys want to check these out and hop on one from Amazon.
And I think that if it's not the exact one that I use, I think they're probably very similar. It's more the concept
Yeah.
than the actual specific item.
Awesome.
All right, guys. You have just dropped $10 on a bar of soap from one of these great companies that also sell beard oil, because you have learned that good quality equals good results. I've got something for you here that's called the Soap Saver. This I got from Amazon as well. It's basically exactly how it looks. It is wooden slats, but what it does is lift that bar of soap that you paid that money for, so that it can air dry much faster. And it's just investment protection. I didn't think I would ever have this on here or be talking about anything like this, but it is a big difference maker. And it, whether it's soap that you've bought or been given, or just keeping the mess off of the surface, it's a simple product that makes a big difference.
Yeah, so we just remodeled our shower, and before we didn't have any like real soap areas, so we had like a hanging metal thing, and so it wasn't really an issue. Well, our new one, we have these niches that are cut out, and yeah, I mean, it does leave a mess if it's on there directly. But the second thing is, think about the surface area, the surface of the soap on the surface of the niche. It's just pure surface area. This allows that to be kind of split up, and it's just gonna make it last longer, protect your investment on soap. I could not imagine having my shower how it is now without having a soap saver. I have two actually right now, slightly different than this, but same kind of exact concept. And yeah, did you get this on Amazon?
I did.
Okay.
I think I got a bundle. But you can buy them individually as well.
Awesome. And of course, you can get these at local stores. Some beard companies sell them as well. We're not trying to direct you guys to any particular place, just kind of giving you some ideas of some useful products and tools.
May have had a problem with your beard before, and you may have used the old trimmers or clippers or whatever you used to have. Even Dan, I know, used a wall clipper in the very, very beginning. Having the right tool for the right purpose is essential in keeping the beard and making it look its best. So the Brio Beardscape is one that we talk about quite frequently on our Beard Advice live show. It's got ceramic cutting blades that makes it like super precise. But the biggest thing for the Brio Beardscape, and the difference, is the battery. It is high powered, that's the motor, but the battery itself, I don't know if I've charged it more than 2 or 3 times in the couple of years that I've had it. And just another note is that Dan and I both, we paid full price back in the beginning of our beard adventures for these, because we knew they were the thing to have, and it has proven true absolutely time and time again. It's the right tool for the big beard if you're making adjustments, the small beard if you're making adjustments. Brio Beardscape, it comes with guards. There's a new Pro. There's a package that has like enough space for the guards, which I highly suggest you consider, because I do it once in a while, misplace mine. But it's all in one kind of greatness for a guy who wants to trim his beard a little bit.
Yeah, and like the mayor mentioned, I started out with like wall $25 trimmers from Target that had the cord. This is cordless, so much better. And I bought mine from the very beginning, long before. The mayor has an affiliate now, which we'll mention in a second, but bought mine. He came on board and was like, hey, what do I get? And I said, the Brio. And he spent his money. That's how seriously we take these type of recommendations. I got to see this man every day, and if it wouldn't have been a good recommendation, he would have let me know. And so that's how much it means to us. The mayor does have 2 affiliates now, which is super cool. He's kind of taken the tools and grooming side of things. So mayor, what are the details on your Brio affiliate?
All right, so if you do get interested in this, whether it's you're buying it for someone or for yourself, the code MAYOR will save you 5% at Brio, and that's on all their products, not just this. They have some great things. Toothbrush is amazing. But most importantly, you can save a little bit and help us out here a little bit if you do decide to go with that. It is somebody who's serious about keeping their beard and keeping it looking its best.
Awesome.
I used to think I knew everything, and that goes even into this next product. When you first grow a beard and you first get into, well, it's getting a little long, I want to trim it. What do? You go to the kitchen or you go to the desk and you pull out the scissors and try to adjust it yourself. It's time to give yourself the right tool. Again, we're talking about these scissors. Not super expensive, not super cheap either. Probably more than you would as a typical day-to-day situation pay for scissors. But it's because it is more precise. It has a dial to kind of bring the blades together. It's not the level that a professional stylist would use, but
But
that's
also
not
not
who-
the price.
Yeah, it's also not the price. It's kind of a great mid-range thing, but if you're doing your mustache, you will notice a difference the first time with something like this that is it's made for trimming hair. It's just about being dialed in, getting the results, and not messing up, because sometimes it's not your fault. If you have a dull blade or dull scissors, you slip or it grabs.
Yeah.
You can make some big mistakes. So the right tool is these kind of mid-range scissors.
I agree. If you've ever gone with dull scissors and it's done the like rollover rather than cut, or it pulls it out, very painful experience. And I do get people that reach out to me, they're like, hey, what are the best scissors? I've never had a good answer, because I'm like, pretty much everywhere, if you buy like scissors that are designed for hair. So whether it's from a beard site, whether it's from Amazon or a beard kit, if it looks like this, it has the nozzles, again, it's going to be mid-range. If you give it to a barber, they're probably going to tell you, hey, this isn't something I'm going to use, but we're not barbers. And I think that this is a great option. We'll link one from Amazon down below, but it does make a difference rather than just grabbing the pair of scissors out of the drawer that you have. It gets a better clean cut, prevents split ends, and yeah, it's just nice to have something that is intentional and purposeful for your beard.
I don't know about you, but I have a lot of beard products. It's layers on layers and layers of things. And it gets to a point that you run out of counter space. And one of the solutions that I found is this little caddy. Now you can see I kind of customized it a little bit. I've got the slots, I pulled it out. I used the heated brush as the bigger one, but I love this thing. I chose this one. There are caddies out there, but if you, let's say, wanted to put it under the sink or in a closet and then bring it out when you wanted to get your beard going, I liked this one the most because it had I could make smaller sections, and 3 or 4 beard oil bottles will stand up nice and neat in there and not, really risk the spilling of the great stuff that you spent a lot of money on. This is low profile. It's a good heavy duty plastic and customizable. You want what your game is, you can kind of pull those slots out and make it work. My wife, of all the things, this is the one she appreciates the most because it opened up real estate on the counter and just kind of gets your game put together. And the more we make it easy on the process, the family, the more likely you are to have the best, biggest beard and keep it.
Yeah, that support is important. Where did you get this one from?
Amazon.
Amazon, awesome. And obviously this could be just sparking an idea for things that you guys have. When I see this, I think of like Bass Pro Shop and some of the tackle boxes that they had. So we'll link this exact one. I'm assuming we'll be able to grab that link. But again, just kind of the concept of having something that you're easy to move around, stuff that you can keep in the closet, bring to the counter when you need it, get rid of it. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. And I love that you said it has the slots that can change for the sizes and stuff. You can make it work for your situation. Cool.
When you get serious about your beard, it's time to consider some kind of a heat method to straighten that beard. I, with this shorter beard style, use a heated brush, and this is the Aberlite Pro. I've used a couple through my days, and there are certainly a lot of good products out there. But the Aberlite Pro is what I found to be the fastest, which is very important because you're not going to add something to your routine that takes too long. Fastest, well-designed, good pro-level feel. Not cheap, but it's an excellent investment. I think of all the things that I'm talking about here, this would probably have the most direct impact on you and your beard, your style moving forward. If you haven't used a heated brush, you should consider it. You could, starting with the Aberlite Pro would be like starting at the top.
Yeah.
But why not if you can?
Yeah, absolutely. This is also the one I use every single day. Has been for a while. The way you can check that is look up any brush or routine video that I've done in the last year or so. For me, I use it exclusively on my mustache and my sideburns, but it's pretty much every single day. Even if I kind of take days off from heat, I still like to line up my mustache a little bit. And yeah, it's just fantastic. It's the best one that I've ever used. We will say though, there's lots of good options out there. A heated brush can be a tool that anybody can use. Aberlite has other options that are less expensive. They have cordless ones. There's other great brands out there. Kushel Bar makes a fantastic heated brush. And even if you're looking for something budget, there's ones on Amazon that will get the job done. Are they going to last as long? No. Are you going to have good customer service? No. But they will work well. And yeah, just like always, you get what you pay for here. But this is the one I use every day. And the mayor's been trying some other ones out, but this is the one you keep coming back to?
Absolutely. In fact, this is, you had mentioned my affiliate earlier. This is my other affiliate. I can save you 10%, and you can help us with this channel and what we're doing here if you like these ideas. Mayor 10 is going to save you 10% off your purchase at aberlite.com, which is a pretty good, I think a good chunk out of the price.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd say about 1/10.
Well, yeah.
He teaches science.
There you go.
Yeah, I teach social studies. So, and yes, we do teach at the same building. If anybody's not used to the Beard Advice Live show or anything like that. All right, one more, guys.
One of the toughest things I've found as I tried to learn my trimming routine, as I tried to get good at it, was the fact that I cannot see a bunch of my beard on the sides, especially because a lot of people do not walk up straight on you, and they'll see your profile way more than you do. What I've found that is the best is to help me with my trims is this 360 mirror. It folds out and it hooks over like a door. The hooks, the slides are stretchy. I don't know, stretchy is not a great word, but they slide out like an old antenna for a radio, but they're good quality. They're not gonna bend. I haven't had any issue with that. I actually have had times where I've left it on the door as I've used it throughout the day when I get into this or that, but that hook over the door ledge is amazing. And it's kind of trippy the first couple times when you're looking into the mirror. You have to figure out where you're going to find that spot. But once you get normalized or used to it, you won't go back. You won't be able to do a trim without it because it gives you just so much more perspective.
So this is one thing on the list I have not tried yet. I'll be honest, two things kind of scare me with, and I don't know if you remember one of these, but when I looked into these, the price was a little bit steep for me. I'm kind of frugal and didn't want to spend that. But then also, I have my trim routine down. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I was worried to kind of go against it, but the idea sounds fantastic. Do you remember? Because I remember how much I thought it was when I looked, how much one of these is.
I think I was around $60,
Okay.
$60, $70.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was like 99, but there's probably other options out there. I would imagine this is one that's in that range. So it's definitely one of the more expensive items that's out there. But for you, and especially something like a business beard, he's trimming it far more often than I am. And I think those lines are much more important, right? I don't trim really the sides of my beard, but you do. So if it's something where you're doing frequently and you think about how many times you're using that, and like you said, we always look on the front. How many guys are unaware of what it looks like to the side until they see a picture that someone took when they didn't know, or those kind of situations? So I could see this being very useful. I might have to dive in and try it out one day, but it does kind of worry me, like you said, to kind of inverted, kind of looking with there.
It is something that you need to practice.
Okay.
Because you got to learn where to look, and there's several mirrors that look mirrors on mirrors on mirrors kind of thing going on. But once you get the hang of it, it is super useful.
So would you recommend like practicing motions without cutting first, or are you just practicing as you go?
You know, I would do like a scissor trim. I would do just certain areas, maybe try to, go look at small little parts and get used to moving your hand, because even that's reversed from what it looks like.
Interesting.
Little baby steps, but I have found it to be beneficial and useful. Even at that price, it was a value because of the savings of going in and getting cleaned up, to the barber or stylist so much more frequently.
Cool. All right, guys. 2 seconds, collect our thoughts, come back to you for conclusion. To wrap this up, leave us some comments down below or questions. First off, do you have any of these items or anything similar to it that were shared today? Let us know your thoughts and experiences. Number 2, are there any other products out there or tools, items that you would love to get for this holiday season or any gift in general? We're not talking beard products on this one. If you notice, we didn't highlight any oils or butters. We're talking about all of the other stuff. Is there something that you think would be a great addition to this list? We would love to hear that.
Like we said in the beginning, my idea for this was giving hints and tips to
Yeah.
people who aren't styling a beard themselves on things that would be helpful to you. Maybe it's not this exact thing, but it planted a little seed in your mind about something else. Share that with us as well. My beard journey has kind of brought all of these little tips and tools to me, and I would love to hear what you have. And I'd love to hear follow-up. Did you get something and did it work? Please share that. We welcome that feedback both ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Uncensored, let us know. And the cool thing is, these were not put together to make a video. This is not like, hey, Steve, come up with a list idea. It was, he just has this. He picked up that a couple months ago, and we decided to put it all together. And one thing you guys can keep in mind is if there's something specific that you're interested in sharing with somebody, you can send them the video and just put a timestamp to it so they know exactly where to go. That could be really helpful. Or if you know their YouTube, tag them, right? There's all sorts of ways to be able to share this out here today. So, Mayor, thank you so much. This was really cool. There's some cool items here. I'm the most intrigued by, I have a few of these things, of course, by the cleanup vacuum. I think I'm going to have to get one of those and see if it can change that cleanup process, right? Happy wife, you know.
Happy life.
All right, Mayor, any final thoughts for the people?
Just love being here, love being a part of this channel, love being on my beard journey and sharing it with you. Nope, grow that beard, look great, and let me know, like I said, if that helps.
Perfect. All right, guys. Thank you as always. Stay bearded and stay positive.